was the first cast out. I haven't even got my microphone, so I don't know if it's going to come out. Danny shouted over to me, I've got a ray. I haven't even done an intro yet. And my rod went over. There's quite a bit of weed out there at the moment. But I was out there, I'd say less than a minute on my first small-eyed ray. Quite a bit of weed, to tell you the truth. I haven't even done an intro, so I'll get that back in a minute. I casted 2 rods out. I was getting the camera out and everything. I haven't even got the microphones out, and I looked over and my rod was bouncing well in the stand, and a little small-eyed ray. So I'm going to get this little fella back now, and then I'll get you for the intro and let you know where I am and what I'm targeting. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Now I've got a chance to do an intro. That was crazy. I set up my rods, I got them out into the water. I was getting the camera out of the bag. I heard Danny shouting, I've got a ray. I looked up and my egg beater rod was just bent over into the stand, bouncing over like that. There was a bit of weed in there, but as you've seen then, there was a small-eyed ray in there. So fantastic start. As you can tell, I'm down on Southbourne today. Probably one of my favourite sandy beaches to fish on the south coast. So we did see a gap in the weather, and Danny phoned me up when I was in work, do you want to go down tonight? Yeah, no worries. On the way down, the heavens opened. For the last, I say 20 minutes setting up, it's been absolutely pouring down. But we got a bit of a break in the rain now. The wind has picked up, but it's blowing from left to right down the beach. But a fantastic start. What I'll do as normal, I'll run you through the rods and reels I've got tonight. I've got a little bit of a special one tonight. So I was landed. That's one of the big reasons why I'm out tonight. I had it through from Tronics and I got it here, and I couldn't wait to get my hands in it and give it a try, and we're going to give it a go tonight. I'll give it a go through the upcoming sessions, and we'll give it a good hammering like I did with the Nagas, because as you know, they're one of my favourite rods of all times. But that's me. Now what I'll do is, as normal, I'll turn the camera around and the lights round, and we'll run through the rods and reels I'm going to be using today on Southbourne. Right, as we just spoke about, I've turned it around now to look at my rods. I got a bit different tonight, and I've got the competition Match 247 by Tronics Pro. It's the new rod out, and I couldn't wait to get my hands on it. Obviously it's been in testing and all that, and Joey Archin has been testing it, and if Joey thinks it's amazing, because that gentleman is one of the top anglers in the UK. I've got it here with me tonight. I've had one cast out of it, and it is absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to take this through. As you know, I was absolutely in love with the Nagas, and I've been using them for the past 3 or 4 years. I fell in love with them, but I can't wait to give this a try, because it's supposed to be absolutely amazing, and we'll have a quick look at it. Shame it's in the dark, but what I'll do is when I fish in the daylight, we can have a good look at it. And then on the right here, I've got a Yuki rod, which I won in the European Championships for winning gold medal in the 3-man team. I've never used a Yuki rod before. It's an egg beater rod, but on Southbourne, as you know, I like to use one fixed spool and one egg beater. I've got it coupled up with the Tronics Pro Versus there, a lovely light reel, and I've got tapered line on there, so that if you don't know what tapered line is, it means there is no shock leader knot in there. The line is tapered, so it goes from 16 pound to 70 pound, and it's straight through. You can use it on Southbourne because obviously there's no rocks and all that. It's just a nice sandy beach, and it's forgiving. And like tonight now, if there's a lot of weed there, it doesn't get caught in the shock leader knot when you're winding in. But it looks like I've got a bite now, look, on my egg beater rod again. Danny just shouted to me when I was turning the camera around that he's had another ray, so Danny's had 2. But he's right on, Danny was in front of me getting set up and that. But hopefully we're going to be in for a good night, and we can get some ray out of it. So that's the setup I'm doing now. What I'll do as normal then, I'll jump into the beach buddy. We look at the rigs I'm going to be using on the egg beater, and we look at the rigs then I'm going to be using on the Match 247. Hopefully it's going to be a brilliant night. Riley's just down for me. I haven't seen Riley having anything yet. It's just me and Danny. The weed is a bit naughty, that's where I got the rod so high. But hopefully we can get into a load of fish for you tonight. I hope I can light it up now. As you can see, the egg beater rod is broken out and it's gone down tide, and you can see it biting quite well, so we're going to get it in. Yeah, well, I caught that ray. The baits were actually untouched because they're only in there for about 30 seconds. The only thing is I'm going to have to work out how to film this. There's a fish in here again now. I may have to go to camera. Well, that's a great start, that is. Fish within the first 30 seconds. I may have to run down to the beach now. and then I'll get back to you. It's a shame really, I might need to work out how to angle the camera, but as you can see there's a lot of weed coming up. I'm trying to keep my rod as high as possible. That's a good thing with this tapered line, as you can see, that, like I spoke about, there's no shock leader knot. Danny's walking down by here now. I may have to go down now and get it because my... Yeah, give me 2 seconds. Ooh, let me turn that off. Give me 2 seconds, I'm going to run down and pick the fish up now. Oh, sorry I had to run down then, but I had weed and that stuck on there. But yeah, we have 2 casts, 2 ray, another small-eyed ray, not a massive one, and that's on that locally caught squid, look, a little strip of it. Yeah, 2 casts. I just spoke to Danny now. Danny's on 4 ray he is, but there's a ray at chuck at the moment. The distance rod hasn't gone as yet, but this is about 30 or 40 yards out on that 3-hook flapper. Yeah, 2 casts, 2 ray. Apologies I had to run down and turn you off, but the weed was just all wrapped up in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and look at how I can angle the camera a bit better so you can see it, yeah. But I'm going to get this little fella back now. But yeah, 2 casts, 2 ray. Can't argue with that sort of fishing, can you? But hopefully they get a bit bigger now. Oh, that's a great start, isn't it? 2 casts, 2 ray. I just shouted up to Danny, but everything all right, and Danny's on 4 ray. So it's fishing quite well. I don't want to put my head torch off and look at you, but what I'm going to show is what I've had the 2 ray on. So basic on my egg beater rod, which I'm fishing down here. 2 up, 1 down, 2 foot snuds, 15-pound amnesia. I got a size 2 Tronics Pro hook, and it comes down there as I normally got in my aero beads, and I got a 5-ounce grip lead. I did have a showcast hybrid lead on, but because of the weed, it was getting taken down the beach, so I just put it to a grip lead. And yet again, no bling or nothing, just a little sequin to stop it going up there. And I have got a size 1/0 hook there. Bait wise, nothing simpler. But I'll tell you a top tip if you're using squid. And I've got different baiting tools to show you this evening, so we'll go through that. I use this from international boat days, but I also use it when I'm using strips of squid, especially locally caught squid, because it's so thick. And to get the scent and juices flowing, what I do is I've got a little steak hammer, as you can see there, and so all I do is I beat it. And because it's so tough and thick, it doesn't do anything to it, but what it does, it releases it. So just beat it like you would with a steak, and that helps get the scent out. And as you can see then, it makes it nice and pliable, because it can be quite thick. Peel the skin off. The locally caught squid there, and it's just made it a bit thinner, and it releases the scent. And that's what I've had both the ray on, locally caught squid and just strips of them. So that's good, man. But I quickly bait them up now, and then we'll go through, like I spoke about, baiting tools. So that's all I got. I got my size 2 hook there. I am going really big, nice little small hooks. And I just put it through once, like so. And you can see it then, I've got it like a baiting tools. Tronics have brought great ones out. I used to make them myself, and I still make them myself, but Tronics have brought them out fantastic. I hope it comes out in the light. It's a little plastic thing, angled. It's got a little stop there for your line to go through, and so all you do is you simply put the hook through. Slippery as hell, man. Put the hook through the top part, and it's like a little groove there. Locally caught squid is well slippery, man. And then you can put this through the line, and it holds it there then. It's brilliant, that is, because a lot of baiting tools, they haven't got that, and it holds it there, but now you can just do that and it won't go anywhere. And then you can slide your bait up into position, like so. Get your bait cotton. It's hard to do it with the floodlights in your face. Obviously you can just hold it in place, and you can just whip it on then. It's brilliant, especially for your worm baits and that. And you just whip it up then. It holds it there, you can leave go. You don't have to hold the line. Then pull it out of there. I'll try and do it in the daylight to show you, because they're a fantastic tool there. And there you have it then. I just got a slither of it, nicely whipped on, makes it a lot easier. I'll do a sand eel next on here to show you. So this head and tail is sand eel, like so. Yeah, fantastic start, man. I couldn't believe it. 2 ray, 2 cast. Brilliant, man. Hope it goes on for the rest of the night. The other thing is, I haven't had it on the new rod. I've been so excited to try it. You know, everyone's been on about it. The write-ups are good. And then, you know, like with the Naga, I fell in love with the Naga. Absolutely fantastic rod. I've hammered that in Norway, skate fishing, everything, you know. And they stood up to it. So it'll be interesting to see what the new match is like. Same again, and as you can see, I just put it into the bait tool. You can leave go and it locks it in there. Work it up to the end. Right up. And there, snap it off. Pull your line out to the back. And then just simply slide it out then. Like so. And it comes all ready, look, all good. Nice and easy. But hopefully now, the ray are here to play. I'm going to put my head torch on, sorry to blind you, I just need to check my rods. Because those 2 ray have been pretty quick, man, I got to say, yeah. And there's the other strip end of, put that in my lap. There's all ways of doing it. Some people like to put their squid on, I guess I'll show you. Wrap it round like so. And put it like that. It's, you know, it's all personal preference to how you got confidence and comfortable doing. I've got to say, the locally squad squid, you just get proper gunked up. Even cutting it off. It's all sticky, then I got that there. Simply get your baiting tool again. Put the hook through the little V, you can see it there. You can pull it down and it just goes into the little bit of foam there, look, and it's locked in. I used to make them before, but then obviously Tronics brought them out and they're fantastic if you don't want to make them yourself. I used to make them out of bucket lids. But yeah, this is really good. And they're quite inexpensive. You get 3 in the pack and they got all different shapes. I'll show you. This is the one shape, this is the large one. I'll show you the other one now. Pull it out. And just simply slide it out with your thumb and it's good to go. And the other one they got is that shape, you know, so I don't know if it's going to come out. You can see it and it's thinner there, goes thicker and thicker, where that one's all the same, that one goes in different steps in there. Yep, but fantastic. So that one's baited up now, and the 3 hook flapper is going on my egg beater rod, and then I've got an up and over pulley, and I've got a half a launch on the side of squid in there, and I've hit that to the horizon. But both rays now will come about 40 yards out, so that's the good. But I'm going to get an up and over pulley rig, which is a 2 hook rig, you know, the one I designed, so I'm going to get that one out so I can get 2 baits out there and get that one out there. And then one I'll keep at distance to see how it goes, and then but if I need to come in and all the fish are in close, I'll come in. But yeah, fantastic start. You see me baiting up the 3 hook rig. What I'll do is when I'm going to bait up the up and over rig, I'll take you through that, but I've already showed you baiting up lawns. And then we'll see if we get anything on that now. But definitely squid is working so far because I've had 2 of the ray in there. I haven't spoken to Danny what he's added on, but I'll touch base in a bit. I just heard him shouting. But I'm going to get my eyes on these rods now because it's been a bit quick with the fish, and hopefully I can get some more on camera for you. Yeah, I'll try and shine my head torch on it now. As you can see, Riley's behind the camera. My right hand rod again with the egg beater has gone slack, and it's a pull down on it. This is my 3rd cast with this now. I've moved out to the beach buddy to get a better angle over the top of the weed, which is about 20 yards out. Yeah, I'll try and get it angled a bit better so you can see it. Riley's just going down now, there's a fish on here. But my big rod, which you can see on the left hand side, which is at distance, hasn't gone. 40 yards out all the fish seems to be, and Danny's just had one as well. Another one about 40 yards out on the flapper. So the fish seem to be sitting in that front gully. They're not very big ray at the moment. Yeah, another ray. 3 casts, 3 ray. Let me turn my torch off. That's not bad going at all. Riley's just walking up with it now. Thanks, Riley. At least the weed has died off, that's the main thing. I'll try and turn my back out to the wind. Another small eyed. And bring him in, Riley. We'll let Riley bring it in now and we'll have a look at it. Yeah, thanks, Riley. Put that back in there. Come in, Riley, turn your torch off. It's nice to see Riley back on the channel. Riley hasn't been fishing for a while because he blew his car up. It's nice to see you. Thank you. Another small-eyed?
Another little baby.
Yeah, little baby small-eyed. We haven't had nothing big at the moment. Great fun, no?
Loads of them.
Yeah, loads of them. We'll try and get Riley back on it. It's nice to see him on it, but yeah, it's not bad. 3 casts, 3 small-eyed. Danny's in the front at the moment. I think well, we don't believe him, do we?
Nah,
He reckons he's on 6, but we've only seen 3 we have, but we've been teasing about it. But I'm going to get that little fella back, but it's not bad going. Hopefully we can get into bigger ones.
Hopefully, there's they're out there.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
We'll keep going anyway. But I'm going to get this one back now. I was just up there baiting up. And I came back and this one was slack on the floor. This is the distance one. I got to say it, the new 247 is a right grunty rod. Hoping there's something on this one. It was slack on the floor. I don't know, something picked it up and dropped it. I can't feel anything on there. There's some weed came through. I'm hoping there's a fish in there, but this is out quite far. But it's all been on the close in rod there, in that first gully. But I put a 2 up, 1 down on here, put it at distance. Oh, Danny's just shouted over, he's had a thorny. Oh, there's a fish on here as well. Let me run down. Oh, there we are. That was on a distance one, look. The greedy devil was taking 2 hooks. Another little small eyed again. Danny just had a small thornback ray, he said, so that's great. But there we are. I've had a fish on every cast on the close in one, and that was a distance one, and a 2 up, 1 down. And another one there. That's not bad going, is it? So I'm going to get this little one back now. They're not very big, but they ray nonetheless because they've been quite scarce, sorry. But Danny just said you were a thorny, didn't you?
Yeah, just that little thorny.
Oh, that's good to see.
6 small eyes, all about that size, and then a little thorny about the same size.
But it's nice to see one on the distance one, and it's nice to christen the new rod as well. So I'm going to get him back now, and we'll see if we can get any bigger ones. Oh, that's a brilliant start, isn't it? I can't believe it. Danny just brought in another ray. I think he's on about 8. But he's fishing both of his rods in quite close. And I've just got one in quite close now, and I've got a whole squid on the up and over pulley, and I've casted that out as far as I can, because I'm going to try and obviously get a gauge of that rod, but it's got some power in it, I got to say it. But all the squid, all the ray have come to a thin strip of locally caught squid on the flapper. I've had sand eel on there, but nothing's come on the sand eel. Everything has come on a locally caught thin strip of squid, as you can see, just whipped on, size 2 foot snuds. I think Danny's got a similar rig, but he's fishing both his rods now. He said 40 yards out. But yeah, I can't argue with fishing, I guess. Fair play to it. It's nice to see the ray are starting to come back in on the south coast, because they have been quite scarce, to tell you the truth. As you've seen, I've gone out and just had dogfish, or maybe, you know, and the dogfish is saving a blank on some of the marks, which are normally quite good for ray at this time of the year. But we haven't had nothing big at the moment. They all seem to be small little butterfly ray. and they seem to be feeding in that gutter 40 yards out, which is normally pretty productive. You know, the sole sitting there as well on Southbourne in that gutter. And then if you're new to Southbourne, you get there's a gully about 20 to 30 yards out on low water. Obviously on high water, when you go back up, it go further away. There's normally distinct little gouges out in front of the groin. That's what Danny's casting on. I'm in the middle and Riley's fishing on the other groin. But that normally is very good if you come down to Southbourne for holding. This time of year, you'll hold your sole. Obviously you're holding the ray now. In the summer you get your bass, you get your gurnard and that in there. And then you've got like a big sandbank, and you have, which I'd say is about 40 yards out, and it goes to about 80 yards out, and then you've got another little gully then, which is further out. That's what I always say when you come down here. Test your swim, cast your lead out to your maximum distance and work it back in then, and see if you can find any features. But yeah, great start now. I've had a ray every cast. Hopefully we can get into a bigger one, because it's all butterflies. Be nice to get into a thorny and an undie, which is a possibility on this beach, or a nice spotted, but I find normally up the Hengersby end I get the spotted ray. But yeah, fantastic fishing and simple rigs, as you can see what I'm fishing with. Just flappers, 2-foot snuds, and little strips of squid, so it can be inexpensive, sorry. A box of squid come down here, you don't have to have sand eel. The sand eel I haven't had anything on. I spoke to Danny, and these are coming in on squid as well, so that's good to know, isn't it? And it's free bait because I caught these in the port. But I'm going to go eat now. I'm going to get this hung on my tripod, and hopefully I can get into another ray for you. I didn't even know I had a fish on, and I was winding in for a bait change, changing Danny. But look at that little tiny pin whiting on a little slither of squid. I don't think he's going to go back, so I think I'll whip him up and I'll get him out on the bigger rod to see what is out there, and just leave that sit. But yeah, it's a fish, but not what we wanted. But I don't think he's going to make it because he's bleeding and all that now. So I get him whipped up and we get him prepared to get him out on the bigger rod and see if I can pick up an undulate or something on there. But yeah, whiting, and believe it or not, that's my first one, so I can get that off the Tronics Bow species then, because I haven't had a whiting. So that's my first one, so I'm going to get him sorted and I get the other rig clipped on and we'll get it back out there now. Oh, yeah, we've got a bit of rain now, so I went back into put the camera back into the tent. I thought to dispatch that whiting. I hope you can see it on the egg beater. When I came back down, see if I can get it on there now. I've had to move the stand as well because of the rain. Trying to angle it because the camera has been blown over once into the sand. There's a fish on the left hand side. Hopefully it's slackline here again now. I hope you can pick it up. There it is. I've had to put the rods high again because the tide's starting to move and it's pushing our weed through again. Yeah, but it's a great evening so far. I leave that progress now. I was up there doing that whiting and I looked up and it was going, but I had to move the camera. See if we can see it going again now. It's starting to rain again. I hope we did have a little break in it. So I'm hoping that it doesn't start raining again. I'll tell you something, the new 247, I put a whole squid out there then on a 7-ounce lead, and that rod's got some power, let me tell you. It's amazing. The only thing is I need to do, like the blackout came with tip light already woven into it, but that one doesn't. So I'll have to put some tip light on it tomorrow, because obviously it already come today. I managed to put my cricket back grip so I can cast, and I need to put my grips on there now where I normally have it when I'm casting, because how I do it, where I have my tennis racket for grip as well, I leave a mark on there, so when I'm pendulum casting I can always go back to that mark on there. But yeah, well made up with that rod. It's fantastic, man. It's a right grunty rod. I'm hoping that one on the right hand rod now it's not pin whiting moved in into that front gully, because you do have that sometimes. The big dual squid on the left hand side hasn't done anything yet, but I'm going to sit on a big bait on there. I'll put that white in, which didn't make it, on there next, and I'll get that out there, and I'll keep on concentrating on put a big bass or a bigger ray on there, and I'll keep the 2-hook flapper on the right hand side rod. Have a bit of fun. I know the rays are not very big, but they keep being ticked over, and it's nice to get into some rays, to tell you the truth. What I'll do is I'll keep my eye on that. If it develops into anything, I'll get back to you. Well, what I've done is now I've got an up and over pulley rig, 80-pound rig body, got 50-pound hook length, and there's the whiting that didn't make it, and I'm going to put him out now about 40 to 50 yards. But I did put that 2 up, 1 down clip down on the competition match, and it did have an inquiry on it now. So before I put that one out, let's have a quick look. Yeah, there's something on there. Might be a whiting or something. I've had to put my microphone now inside my top because of the wind. I hope it comes out all right. There's something definitely biting on you. It went quiet on the rod. I've had a cast now, and I haven't brought the fish in, because we said we're not going to stay long. We're just going to do a quick 3 hours, because we all go work in the morning. But yeah, it's been fantastic. I think if we come down a bit earlier and we stayed a bit longer, we'd proper get into the ray. Like we said, they're all in our little inside gutter. Hopefully we can get a bigger one. There might be a small fish or whiting or something, but there's definitely something biting on you. I'm going to chuck that sand eel. No, sand eel, sorry. Oh. I think it's another whiting, you know. I thought there was something small rattling on it. Yeah, prime suspect, as we said. That's a little bit of a bigger whiting. Not massive by any means, but yeah, I could see him. And that was a distance. I was in a 2 up, 1 down, a whiting, and on a strip of squid again. I don't know what it is. I haven't had nothing on the sand eel. It's all been on the locally caught strips of squid. But I'll get him back now and get him on his merry way, and then I'm going to get that whiting out about 40 yards in that inside gutter and see if we can catch something big. Well, I've had a bit of an indication now on the lighter rod. As you've seen, I've got the whole whiting, but he hasn't gone in a minute. But like we were speaking to me and Danny, when they're behind the camera now, we're not going to stay too long because we all got work in there, but it's been fantastic. But Danny's done really well down him now. Danny just had a gurnard as well, so fair play to him. We've got a couple of whiting we have. But I don't know if there's anything on here, but it was definitely a bite. I'm hoping that it's not small whiting. I have to walk out the camera for a minute. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it is anything. Ooh. Oh, nothing. No, there's nothing on it. I was sure there was something on it. I mean, I did have a bite in that, and unfortunately nothing. But what we're going to do is now, I'm going to get these ones out. These are going to be my last cast. Hopefully because as like I said, we don't want to kick your arse out there because of all of us have got work in the morning. So I'm going to get my last cast out, start packing away, and hopefully I can pick something up on these last casts then. Oh, Danny he's done really well by Danny House today, up at the groin, as you can see. I don't know if you can tilt it up a bit, Dan. A lovely little turbot in darkness, but then you had a gurnard before that. You've done really well tonight.
Yeah, I've had, 7 small hides, a thornback, a whiting, a gurnard, and now a turbot.
Yeah.
First turbot of the year.
Brilliant, man.
Nicely hooked.
Yeah, it's great to see. Well, I let Danny get that back now. But like I always spoke about when I come down to Southbourne, and I spoke about previous videos, is structure. The groins are tremendous structure down here, and they didn't, like we spoke about, they normally got that bowl by the end of it, and it holds a lot of fish, you know. And it's proved the point tonight. Danny's done really well, just targeting in front of the groin.
Yeah,
brilliant, man.
Consistency.
Yeah.
But, I said to Riley walked over and I said, "Oh, I've got a bite." That's a different type of bite, and I actually expected it to be a white and a powder.
Yeah,
a lovely turn up the old books.
Oh, brilliant.
To see a nice turbot.
Yeah.
But I'll get him back.
Yeah, let Danny get that back now. Well done, Danny.
Cheers, mate.
Back in, man. So we're just about to pack away on my last caster out, but that's fantastic to see, that is. But like we spoke about, and Danny said then, you know, the structure when you come down here, because there are distinct gullies all the way along Southbourne, but groins are crucial, I find. You know, if you can just put your bait in front of it, and because you normally find there are little bowls like I spoke about in my other videos, and they fish out in areas, you know, any little feature on the beach, because that's going to hold food, will find the fish, and it proved brilliant tonight. Danny's just been casting 40 yards just in front of that groin, and he's done brilliant tonight, fair play to him. But I'm going to start packing my rigs away now. I'm going to leave those two out. Obviously I'll come back to you, and the three of us will come back to an extra. It's been hard tonight because I've been stuck in the middle to film. Riley's about 50 metres by that groin, and obviously Danny's about 50 metres up here, and it's been hard to film, to tell you the truth, which will be me. But Danny's had a fantastic evening. So I'm going to jump into my beach buddy now and start packing away, and then I'll come back to you with these casts if I have anything. Other than that, I'll come back with an extra. I hope it comes out now. I'll try and get my head torch in there, but my last cast is I think it's a whiting, to tell you the truth. Me and Riley were just standing here laughing. But I think the whiting are coming now. Apologies, I got my back to you. But yeah, we were just talking and it was biting away and then it slacklined. But I think we're packing up just at the right time, because as you can see, it's starting to rain. So we had a lovely 3 hours here. We've had, well, Danny's absolutely killed it, I gotta say, yeah. Casting in front of that groin. Hopefully we can have a fish to finish now. Oh, it's a ray. Nice ray to finish with. Thanks, Riley.
Squid again.
Squid again. Little small-eyed? Yeah, another little small-eyed. We'll have a look at him now. Yeah, double sandy on you. The hook, she's taking a squid, look. Well, it's better than a whiting. And hopefully we can get packed away before this rain comes now, right? Yeah. That's been about the stamp of them all night, little small ones, and another little small-eyed again. But nice to finish off with a fish. I'm going to pack this rod away now. I'll leave the other one have a soak. I'll get him on his merry way now. And it's packed down, and then the three of us will come back in for an extra. All right, well, Danny's packing away, Riley's packing away. As you can see, I just brought my rod in now. I didn't have anything on that one, but it's nice to have another ray on my last cast now. We're just packing away just in time. The rain is just starting to come down, as you can see. So we're going to get this all back in and get up there. But that was a fantastic 3 hours fishing. Danny, fair play to him up there, but the groin has absolutely smashed it this evening. He's had gurnard, turbot, he had a place, he had a thornback ray, he had a smaller, he had whiting, the same as me. But yeah, fantastic. I couldn't keep up with that, but Riley's done well done by that other groin here, and I was in the middle. But you know, I've had quite a few ray, not big ones, but it's nice to see there's ray back in Southbourne again, and the whiting is starting to show up, and it was great to see Danny having a turbot now. But yeah, fantastic evenings fishing, nice 3 hours out of the house. You know, we fished from 9 till 12, now we're going to get ourselves away, because we all go work in the morning, and it's about, I don't know, about 45-minute drive back here to my house in the New Forest. But yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching. If I don't see you on the beach, I'll see you on the channel. Enjoy your fishing, everyone.